The way for enslaved people seeking freedom in Missouri seemed like a simple navigation. Just cross the Mississippi into Alton, Illinois. But that first step was into a raging river. Freedom looked close, but was so far away. Still, hundreds, with the help of abolitionist Mary Meachum and her husband, found freedom. A stop along which an underground railroad was for the enslaved. Here is more about her life's work, educating African Americans and sending them across the river into freedom.
Looking at it, it's right there. It's right there. But that river's a death trap.
Today, the mighty Mississippi is one of the world's most important commercial waterways. But back in 1855, it represented freedom to a slave bound by the shackles of slavery.
That is the importance of this. This is a prime, pristine Underground Railroad site. You can imagine in 1855, city limits pretty much stopped down around 7th Street. This was farmland. This is nothing out here, just nothing. As a slave escape, as a way to get across the river, I mean, your first step of this giant journey is, for Missouri slaves, is you've got to get across there. Okay.
Lending a helping hand to slaves in Missouri reach access to freedom in Illinois was a woman named Mary Meachum.
Mary Meachum was the widow of John Barry Meachum, and John Barry Meachum had been born approximately 1799 in Goochland, Virginia. He gets the call to be a minister. At that time, under Missouri slave law, no more than 3 slaves could be together in one spot at any time. And so it took an act of the Missouri legislature for John Barry Meachum to be able to create the black church. He had to have special permission. And in that permission, to be granted, a petition of 50 white people had to sign that say at least 3 of them would always be in attendance every time this congregation met. But what the legislature didn't know it was 50 like-minded anti-slavery individuals. So John Barry Meachum, within his congregation, whenever he heard someone either enslaved or a member of of his congregation going to be sold or a family member, they would activate this group of white people. They would buy whoever was going to be sold. That person then would work off their purchase price. He then took them down to the courthouse, physically freed them, so they were armed with freed papers. And then he used the Underground Railroad to make sure they got to freedom. So he was hooked in to the Underground Railroad. That's why we know that of the event that's going to happen here, why the abolitionists were in Alton, okay? Because that would have been the first stop out of St. Louis. And then from Alton to Chicago, and then Chicago across the Great Lakes into Canada is the routing that group was going to use that night.
Hence the name of the Freedom Crossing that happened on the soil of this very land nearly 170 years ago.
May 21st, 1855, when 9 slaves were told by Mary Meachum, they met at her house first during the day and were told to meet here at the Bissell Ferry Landing at blue o'clock in the morning. Now, blue o'clock in the morning is a very old-fashioned term meaning the deepest part of night. So they were told to meet here at blue o'clock in the morning, that there would be a boat that would come down from Alton to get them across the river. Well, the boat that they sent from Alton was very small. It was a skiff, only 5 slaves could get in it. They were rowed across to the Illinois shore. As they landed, they started to run like they were told, but the sheriff and some owners and deputies were lying in ambush on the Illinois side. Started shooting at them to trap them by the river. But what the sheriff didn't know, there were still 4 slaves on this side that saw the whole thing. When the events of the night are over, 5 slaves were recaptured, but 4 did get away.
Today, the story of Mary Meachum is remembered and celebrated as her bravery represents the dichotomy of fear and freedom.
I challenge people who come I want you to stand on that riverbank and really look at that water, and understanding that freedom, you can see it. It's just across the water. But for a Missouri slave, and especially during springtime, that river is flowing somewhere along 40 miles an hour. There's trees in it, there's things that you can't see below the water. You have to swim cross current to get across there too. That's number one. So you're a slave on this side. Your life is an absolute horror. Freedom's right there. So that river is both boundary and horizon. It is boundary if you can't get across it. It is horizon if you can.
In St. Louis City, Chelsea Haynes, Studio STL. It's a powerful story of faith and freedom as Mary Meachum and her husband committed their lifetimes to slaves, their education, and their freedom. If you're interested in checking out the Mary Meachum Freedom Crossing, you can head down to the Mississippi Greenway at the Riverfront Trail. And this incredible piece of history is a part of the Underground Railroad Network to Freedom. More information can be found online at greatriversgreenway.org.